Hey guys, welcome to Gluten Free Habit. Today I'm going to show you how to make these gluten-free Toll House style chocolate chip cookies. There's hardly anything better than a really good chocolate chip cookie. Everyone has their own idea of what a great chocolate chip cookie is. Whether it's chewy or thin and crispy or more cake-like, these cookies will remind you a little bit of a Nestle Toll House style cookie. Developing this recipe took a lot of trial and error, but I finally got the thumbs up from my husband and my two boys. So give it a try, let me know what you think, leave your comments down below, and here we go with the ingredients. And as always, make sure your ingredients are gluten-free. You're going to need some white rice and brown rice flour, potato starch, cornstarch, xanthan gum, baking soda, salt, melted butter, light brown sugar, granulated sugar, vanilla, eggs, and of course lots of semi-sweet chocolate chips. The exact measurements for this recipe can be found down below in the description box. In a medium mixing bowl, combine your white rice and your brown rice flour, potato starch, cornstarch, salt, baking soda, and xanthan gum. Whisk or stir that all together until it's thoroughly combined. Now bring over your bowl with the melted butter. It should be fairly cool by now. Add in your brown sugar, granulated sugar, egg yolk, and vanilla. Mix this on medium speed until it's well blended. You'll notice with the sugars that I have a higher ratio of brown sugar to granulated sugar, and I do that because brown sugar can hold the moisture in better, and this will make our cookies soft. When you're done, mix your dry ingredients into your wet ingredients. I like to do about 1/3 or 1/2 at a time. Remember, when you're measuring out your flour, you don't want to take your measuring cup and scoop it into your tub of flour or your bag of flour, because that's going to compact the flour and then you'll wind up with more flour than the recipe calls for. Even 1 or 2 tablespoons can make a huge difference in the result of the cookie. It's better to spoon it into your measuring cup or pour it, if it's coming from a small bag, pour it into your measuring cup and then level it off with a knife. And I also have all the measurements down below by weight, just in case you like to measure yours out that way. Now my favorite part, stirring in the chocolate chips. I'm putting in 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, and it seems to be just the right amount. Although I gotta say, I'm a huge chocolate lover, so just use whatever makes you happy. After you've stirred in the chips, let the dough sit on the counter for about 30 minutes. I know what you're thinking, you don't want to let the dough sit on the counter for 30 minutes, you just want your cookies. I get it, I feel the same way. But letting the dough rest is really important, and it's a great time to clean up the kitchen. Resting the dough like this will give the gluten-free flours a little bit of time to absorb some of the moisture, and you'll notice that after this time, your dough will be a little bit thicker. Before I put in a big sheet of cookies though, I always do a tester cookie. I just bake up 1 cookie on a sheet to make sure the oven temperature and everything else is just right. That way if I need to make any adjustments, I can easily do that before I bake up all the cookies. Now scoop the dough onto a parchment-lined cookie sheet. I like to use a small scooper so that all the cookies are the same size. That way they'll bake evenly as well. Bake these for about 8 to 9 minutes, or just until the edges are golden. You want your cookies to look just barely golden on the edges and slightly undercooked in the middle. Take them out of the oven and let them sit on the pan for about 2 minutes. They'll finish cooking and they'll become sturdy enough to transfer over to your cooling rack. if I'm bringing the cookies to some sort of a function and I want them to look extra perfect, I'll take my spatula and I'll go around the edge of the cookie just gently pressing in to make them perfectly round. This definitely isn't necessary, but it just makes them look prettier. This needs to be done quickly though before the cookies firm up. After a few minutes, you can remove the cookies from the pan. As your cookies cool, the centers will sink in just slightly, leaving you with the most amazing, soft, delicious chocolate chip cookie. These are best on day 1 though, so grab some milk and watch them disappear. And there you have it, gluten-free classic chocolate chip cookies. If you thought this video was helpful, please give it a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next gluten-free habit recipe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.